Just tell me when I should begin. यार अपन शुरू करें कब करेंगे?
Just 2 minutes more. I think let's give that time.
How is everyone at home, Laila ma'am?
Yes, everyone is fine. Like.
ये पूछने का सही प्लेटफॉर्म भी नहीं है वैसा मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है कि it's not a right platform.
You know, he is one person. This is until and unless it doesn't start with at as far as the webinar doesn't start with, then it's okay. You can always have a chit chat. But then he always keeps me asking everybody's WhatsApp number, इनका number दो, उनका number दो. You know,
मेरे पास मैंने बहुत सारे लोगों का नंबर लूज कर दिया एक्चुअली. मेरे पास बहुत लोगों के नंबर नहीं है. मेरे इस फोन में कुछ प्रॉब्लम हो गया था बीच में, तो आई हैव लॉस्ट सो मेनी कॉन्टैक्ट्स.
But I think you are in touch with majority of them.
Yeah, I'm in touch, but I don't have many of their numbers. जिनको टच में नहीं हो पा रहा उनका सबके नंबर मेरे पास से गायब हो गया है ही नहीं. मैं लोगों से मांग रहा हूँ, इधर इनका दे दो, उनका दे दो. तो क्या बोले अभी तो ऐसा हाल हो गया. And you can imagine if you lose your phone contacts means you become totally handicapped, like you are in a different planet.
Yeah.
वहाँ ले आके छोड़ दिया और वहाँ से आप पागल हो रहे ऐसा टाइप हो जाते हैं बिल्कुल. It's very difficult. तो मैं सोच रहा था कि डायरी में लिख के रखूं, तो डायरी में लिखने को भी टाइम नहीं मिलता है. That's the biggest problem. इंडिया में तो कम से कम अपने वहाँ तक टाइम मिल जाता है, यहाँ तो वो भी नहीं है. Yes. So jam packed, every minute you have. बहुत ही busy है, वहाँ से भी ज़्यादा busy है.
Things change now. Once you move out from Bhopal to Bombay, it's the life changes, and then from moving to another country, it's again, and then you need to catch up things with time. So you have to be.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Sapna ma'am, I think we can start. What about the others? Sapna ma'am. Robin sir is there, I suppose. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
I think Robin sir, I think we can ask Sapna ma'am if
I'll just. Sapna ma'am. Yeah. Just hold on a second, ma'am.
Sapna ma'am has gone for tea.
But then you are drinking tea, na? So
no, sir. I got a call, sir. So I was attending that.
How do you know I'm drinking tea?
It's a coffee. Okay.
How do you know it's a tea or coffee?
Lala ma'am, I think we should start.
Okay. Okay, I think. Very good evening, one and all. Students present here and the in charge of the alumni committee, Dr. Swapna Pillai, members of the alumni. It's actually really an honor, when you come across somebody who have been with you, together working and as a part, and then you join up with them for a session like this. So it's really an honor to introduce the speaker of the day, Mr. James Maman. He's an alumni basically from of our BSSS, and he was also a teacher for more than a decade. And I still remember his wonderful classes, connecting all marketing, and especially he's an expert in the law, right? His classes have been always lively for the reason that he used to connect with live examples. That's something one thing which I always loved about your classes. You used to come out with live examples as family mein kya hota hai, aaju baaju mein kya hota hai. So I think, for a subject like law, which is really a boring kind of, and to make it more interesting, he had been a very good teacher. He had been a great teacher in that sense. And I'm sure he is with some of these tips today when he's going to discuss on exploring job career opportunities for our students with the US markets. To tell more about him, he has a background of both commerce and management with his dual PG in MCom and MBA. Holds an MPhil and some professional degree courses like marketing management, marketing forum from IMA, PGDM in computer software programs from the Computer Society of India. And currently, what's important is he's working at Vertical Screen USA as verification researcher. So I'm sure his exposure in the past with this more than 3 decades of industrial experience that he holds at various platforms like the Wevel Tires, the ex-agent of, he was also associated with his LIC agencies. He was registered as ex-sub stock broker with the Mumbai Stock Exchange. I'm sure students are really going to benefit out of, because you are one person who have studied here, you're one person who has taught here. So who else can be better expressing what is actually required for the students, apart from what is the learning that happens at the BS's environment. So nothing more from my side. Over to you, sir, to begin with the session with the permission of the in charge, Dr. Swapna Pillai, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for this wonderful appreciation. But
Yes.
the whole credit I give it to the Almighty God. I am nothing. I'm like a dust. The moment you see me here, the Holy Scripture says, today what you see, the green grass, tomorrow it will be a dry grass. So I don't believe in myself that I am everything. The words are given to my tongue by the Almighty God. So uh, today, let me come back to the topic. Thank you for this appreciation. Thanks, Swapna ma'am, for arranging this session. I'm in a hectic timing, so I try to cover as many topics as possible. So I have jotted down about 9 contents for discussion today. So what I feel, this topic is going to be a very vast topic. US market means we can't even imagine the economy like. Students can capture the employment or make a career in US in a very narrow way. You have to be very, very broad, very, very, very skills you should, multiple skills you should go for acquiring things. So I have made a summary. I would like to read out some summary here. The contents for discussion would be like, I will be discussing about the types of visa. Types of visa is a very vast kind of platform where you find discussing all the things are not possible. So I'll just be specific to a few things. Then education terminology used in US. Education terminology in US is entirely different what we used to have in India. Like we used to say, I am a 12th pass, or I have done my graduation. Then you ask what you have done in your graduation. You say, I did my BCom, I did my master's in commerce, or I did my MCom or MBA. These kind of talks we do. But here the concept is entirely different. I'll throw some light on that later on. Then employment opportunities for graduates enrolling in associate program. I'll come to what is associate program. Types of academic programs. Then 5 major common business management courses for the bachelor's degree, what is universally done in the United States so far I have seen. Major jobs available for the commerce graduates in US. I have found very less commerce students here, but you have very good management career when you come down. I'll discuss on that also. Then industries providing the management career in US. Best 5 STEM careers in US. 5 STEM career means these are the evergreen career in the United States. That means wherever you go, you find an employment if you take up these education or skills. Sorry. Then coming to the last would be how to take admission for the programs. This is a very long and lengthy topic. The last topic, how to take admission in US for different programs. We have long list of admissions. Hello.
Yeah, you're audible, sir.
I don't know. So one incoming call is coming down. So I don't know how.
Okay.
Oh,
You can just
listen
decline
to
that.
me.
You can
Okay.
decline that.
Yeah, I'm declining it. Thank you. So the various ways of taking admissions into different programs. For that, you have got so many different types of tests you have to qualify. So we'll discuss with all those things as far as possible. Where, and if you have any questions, just write it down at the end. If you can ask me, and I'm comfortable with answering because I'm also still exploring. I am not a full like a full expert in discussing in all these things. Still on the learning process. It's a learning process. So it's not a long time I'd been here, hardly 2 years. So I have to get a long information right now. So we can come down to the first topic is the types of visa. There are hello, hello.
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Okay.
You are audible.
Okay. So there are about 185 different types of visas what the US issues for different purposes. So we can't discuss all the 185 types of visas for specific purposes. So, but it can be summarized into two major categories. The first is immigrant visa, and the second is non-immigrant visa. So, what is immigrant visa? Those who are intended to move to the US, they get a green card upon arrival, and they have the entire legal authority or legal permission from the government to do any kind of work, do any business. They can invest, and they have the entire right like a ordinary citizen here. But the only difference between an ordinary citizen and the green card holder is the green card holder cannot go for voting. They don't have a voting right till they become a citizen. As we all know, a citizen can only vote. So they can't vote. Second is they cannot take up federal job. Federal job, in a sense, we can say here, they call federal as we call it a central government job. So federal jobs can be taken up only by the citizens, and sensitive jobs like intelligence, military jobs, these kind of things can be taken up by military jobs can be taken up by a green card holder, but sensitive military jobs like wireless or some I don't know what about how to discuss about the other kind of sensitive jobs. We are not aware of it. So some kind of jobs are denied by the government for the green card holders, but they have the entire right to do what they like here, invest and do all kind of things. So the biggest advantage of an immigrant visa is after 5 years they can go for becoming a citizen. In 5 years they can opt for to become a citizen, and the advantage of becoming a citizen is you should be knowing that a US passport holder can travel any part of the world, about 286 countries, without having a visa. Like in India, when we move to a country, we need a visa. So the American passport holder don't require a visa. So on arrival, they can simply take up a hotel and go for staying or meet anyone up to 6 months and come back. The permission is for 6 months. But if still they want to continue, they should have overseas permission from the particular government where they are going. So this is a immigrant visa. And the second one is non-immigrant visa. Non-immigrant visa contains things like like you say, for a tourism purpose or a business, getting into a business work, or a work permit visa, or visiting a family, or coming for staying. These kind of things are covered in the non-immigrant visa. So non-immigrant visa has got a specific time duration. It's got a specific time duration for staying here. Like a student coming here for further study, a student coming here for studies, his visa is for a specific duration. Let's say 5 years. First stamping will be for 5 years. So he can take up admission and study here, but he has to leave the country once his study is over. So like that for tourism also, they are given a specific time for tourism. But now the government has come out with a new stamping method that on the first attempt itself, they go for giving a 10 years visa. That means you can come here, stay up to 6 months, but you have to return within 6 months. Then again, you can take a re-entry here. Like that, you can keep coming and going. So uh, let me tell here, H1B visa. H1B visa are issued to foreign workers for a particular for a particular employer in the United States temporarily. I think everyone is aware of H1B visa. It's towards employment, and let me tell you, H1B visa may be converted into a green card. The main objective is to get a green card finally by anyone who arrives into the United States. So if you have a good repo with your employer, he can push your status to the consulate to get it converted into a green card. So many of the people here, coming from India. Yesterday, I happened to meet a BSS student, ex-student here. She's here nearby. So I talked to her. She came on a H1B visa. She came on a student visa first, and then later on converted into a H1B visa. Now she is aiming to get a green card. So it's surprising, she contacted me anyhow. Laila ma'am, I think she's from your department, management. And those students who
name, sir? You
come
remember
here.
the name? You remember the name?
Mahima Thakur.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yesterday I happened to talk to her.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So those students who come here, they usually try to get a F1 student visa. Now, F1 student visa is issued by accredited colleges and universities only. The advantage of having an F1 visa is on arrival, you can work till you stay in the United States. But if you don't have an F1 category of visa, you may work up to 20 hours per week when the session is per week when the session is not going on. That means if you have a class, for the week, like every day you have 6 hours class, you're not supposed to work for 6 hours. But after 6 hours only you are capable of working, and that too for 20 hours per week. Fine. And you can go for working full time when there is a break in the school. Break means when you have a summer vacation, you have 3 months holiday, you can continuously work, for up to 40 hours per week. That is a standard working methodology in US. And beyond also you can work. You get a lot of overtime. Plenty of work is available. You can go for taking up multiple works. People here don't stick on to one company itself. Like we work for one company and you are full time engaged into that company. Here you can go for working up to 8 hours, then you can go to work for another employer, and people make a lot of money this way. F1 visa is valid for 5 years. Let me add here. And those students, what I have talked to them, they say once they land up into US, getting a visa is the difficult part into getting into US, and the easiest part is to come into the US through a student visa. If you have a good mark in your TOEFL and GMAT or GRE, whatever you opt for, if you have a good percentage, they go for admitting you into the college instantly. So these students, when they come here, I have found they after some time they try to get into an employment through the placement agency itself, and finally they get a H1B visa. Then they go for converting it into a green card. Many of them try to get into a marital relation here, and that way either through a green card holder or a citizen, and that's the easiest way to get a green card. This is my study what it says. So timing is very important here when you come up here. Like if you have a student visa, you come down, the student visa is for 5 years, and within these 5 years, you have to arrange yourself to stay back here. Many of them they come down here for the first study, like you may get an admission into an MBA. Is for 2 years. As soon as your stay for MBA is about to be over, in the next 6 months, they go for taking admission into some other course, post-graduation, or they go for into a doctoral degree. So that way they can keep on staying and getting an extension to your visa. But that's not the final thing, because you are always going to be on a student visa. So once your education is over, you have to switch over to a company, get a placement, and try to get an H-1B visa, or the way I told you, get into a marital relation and convert your this thing into a green card, and finally into a American passport holder. That is the main target. Through business also you can come down to the US, but it's a very expensive way. The US government, they want to attract the wealth, the money. So what they have laid down on the website, you can find a term like, if you want to come and invest into US, they give you a green card immediately on arrival if you're ready to invest. But what is the amount of investment is really shocking. It's 10 million US dollar. So 10 million US dollar, I don't know how people will manage. Maybe people are there who come down here and do that. I would like to discuss some education terms in the United States. Uh, these things are already existing in our country, but the terms differ when we talk here. Like, it's a GED, General Education Development. General Education Development are for those people who take a dropout in schools. They don't go up to 10th standard, and before that they drop out. And the dropouts are high here. If you find that is for the locals, they are less interested in studying, because where you have wealth, you don't have qualification, you don't have wisdom. In Sanskrit, I remember in fourth standard, I have studied a shlok. It says, Vidya Vivada Dhan Madai Shakti Pareshu Parpidnai Khalasi Sadhu Viprid Mittad Jnanai Danai Cha Rakshanai. Where you have wealth, you don't have wisdom. And if you have wisdom, you will accumulate wealth. That is the summary of this talk. So sorry for getting into it. And so the government has come out with a bridge course. This bridge course allows any dropout to take the examination and compete with the 12th pass people. That is a GED. So wherever you apply into a job, they first ask you, have you passed your GED? So it's surprisingly, they asked me also, even GED. I asked, what the hell is this GED? I don't know. So I went into the computer and tried it to find it out. GED. After long research, I came to know, okay, this is a bridging course. So second is high school diploma. Now it's a funny kind of diploma, high school diploma. In our country, we say, I am a 12th pass. So that's it. People understand, if you are a 12th pass, you have completed your 12th. But here you have to say, I am a high school diploma holder. Now, what is this high school diploma holder? Up to 10th standard you have studied, and for 2 years you have done your high schooling. So that's a diploma, they say. So you have to say, I am a high school diploma holder. The third one is associate degree. Now it sounds to be different. Associate degree, something. The first illusion goes is associate means something related to PhD. No, it's not PhD. It's a 2-year course, or you can say it's like a polytechnic. After higher secondary or after 12th standard, you go in for taking a 2-year course, which leads you to get into an employment. You add to your skills. So that is a associate degree. So this is for 2 years, and any high school diploma holder can join into this program and find a job easily. Most of the people who arrive into US, either a graduate or a postgraduate, this is the easiest way, because US don't go for recognizing the Indian degrees. That is the biggest drawback here. I have seen so many people coming in factories. That is as a general laborer, and they don't go for recognizing your degree certificates on the first initial itself as when you walk in. You have to education level you have this US. So after evaluation, they give you a certificate. You are eligible for, you can work like this thing. They have laid down on their certificates. So the best part, what I find, people come down here and go for joining for an associate program immediately, because associate program is for 2 years. It may be even for 1 year, or as well as for 1.5 years also. But it leads to fast employment opportunity. Now let me discuss here some throw light to you that certain associate degrees leads to fast pickup of jobs, because these people are in high demand. What are they? It's home health ADs, or you can say it's an advisor, home health advisor. What is 70 fit, 20% of employment in the United States. ADs, they are less interested in working out. You have to simply, they keep on eating, watching television, and go to bed. That is the routine work. So you will find, people like big piggies, Hello, can you listen me?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Oh,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
thank you.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So they go fat, and how to maintain. Obesity is at high here, so people try to maintain good health. So these home health ADs go for advising, and they are in high demand in hospitals, as well as they work as independent professionals. And lot of wealth making is easy with these home health ADs, and it's a professional course they consider here, and it's very easy to get this course. The only thing is you should be able to talk in English, that's all. And the second is care ADs, personal care ADs, or personal care advisors. The same thing, but the degree is different. So you talk to them about health issues and the personal care, not to get into diseases, and how you maintain your hygiene, and etc., all these things. These are the two major courses which leads to high employment. Then I come down to the next one is 29% employment, which provides is medical or nursing assistants. Nursing is a profession. Nursing assistants are not BSc nurses. There are two types of nursing professions. The first one is BSc nursing, and the second one is a midwifery or a general nursing. So midwives or general nursing professionals can work as nursing assistants or medical assistants. They can come down here and go for register, but they have to take a bridge course again for 3 months, and they can work as a nursing assistants or medical assistants. These people assist the BSc nurses, or you call it a registered nurse come down here, and they go for taking up an NCLEX exam. They have to take an NCLEX exam, and they become a registered nurse. Registered nurses have the power to set up clinic, like in India doctors set up clinic. So here the nurses are given the power to set up clinics. They can admit patients. They can examine the patients, and if they require any further assistance of a doctor for taking care of the patient, they can call the doctor. That's all. So everything is taken care by the nurses. They prescribe medicines, give medicine, they go for admitting, and they manage the clinic and everything like that. So nursing assistants assist um, the registered nurses. Then comes dental hygienist. Now this is a funny kind of dental hygienist advise people how to maintain your denture, the dental hygiene. That's a biggest concern, because first thing what I have understood is the biggest cause of problem is if your mouth is unclean. If you don't keep your mouth clean, that attracts diseases very fast, and it goes into your intestine first, and your stomach gets upset, and the entire body gets into a problem. So maximum stress is given here for to maintain your course of 2 years. You can get into an employment. Anyone can join. Like if you are a commerce student, even you can get into a dental hygienist. You have to study the management of your hygiene of your teeth. That's all. Nothing related to science or biology is like in depth is taught here. Only the management part is taught here. Then we come to the registered nurse. Registered nurse is a profession, so I don't advise my students to go into a registered nurse, but you can definitely come down here and go for changing your profession into a registered nurse. Here you can become an engineer, you can become a lawyer, you can become a medical professional. If you are interested to go into a doctor who serves in a hospital, you can become a doctor, even you can study. So you can change your profession, take admission into anything. It's very flexible. Then I move to the next one is nuclear medicine technologist. Nuclear medicine technologist. Nuclear medicines are usually given for cancer patients. So this is a professional course, but you should have a basic background of maths and science. This is my advice. Then radiologist and MRI technician. In India, MRI is done by doctors, but in US, you have technicians to handle the MRI machine. And this is a highly paid job, what I find, to operate the MRI machines. So those who are interested to come down here, this is the easiest way to get a job here. If you know how to operate a sonography machine or an MRI machine, you can fetch a job, but you should have a certificate. Many institutes in Chennai offer these courses. It's a 1-year diploma course. And people after 12th standard, I have seen they go for taking this course and come down and they earn a very handsome salary. They are paid $40 per hour. That's a very good salary, $40 per hour. So this is the best way. Some of the discussions, what I wanted to tell you, these are known as associate programs meant for 2 years. Some employment opportunities for the graduates enrolling in associate programs. If you, other than these 5 programs, what I have discussed about, some more additional jobs can be found, which I have not discussed here. Like, bookkeeping, accounting, and auditing clerks. This is nothing new like we in India used to do. If you talk about an accountant, he does all this work. But an accountant's work is limited to bookkeeping, accounting, and auditing work. That's all. So he will be taking care of only this work. So they offer specific diploma courses for big bookkeeping, diploma in accounting, and diploma in auditing clerks. So these are 3 different things: bookkeeping, accounting, and auditing clerks. Then administrative assistant diploma course. These are the easiest way to get employment for our commerce students as well as management students. Administrative assistants assist the management, that is in organizations. They take up calls and answer the calls, schedule meetings, update database informations, prepare invoices, manage incoming and outgoing mails, etc. These are the job is very specific. You have to stick on to that job only. That is your role and responsibility, RROs. Then sales associate diploma course. Sales associate, as the term itself says, sales associate means related to sales. If you have any work, the organization has anything to sell, they appoint the sales associate. Their objective is to sell the product to the customers, and achieve the targets for the organization. Customer service associates, as the name itself is, customer service associate, all about serving the customer, listening to customer questions or concern, placing orders, providing information about products and services, or recording details of customer contact information. All these things are done by customer service associate. So this is a wonderful degree. You can find a job in every sector if you have this customer service associate diploma. Then personal banker. Let me tell you, our students are taught all these things in the 3 years course in their syllabi. But here when you come, they ask you, do you have a diploma in personal banking? Now you'll ask, what is this personal banking? Personal banking is nothing but the same thing, like they handle all the banking activities. But here the concept is different. They say a personal banker handles clients' entire relationship with the retail bank. That means he acts as a trustee to the employer. He's a trustee to the employer. He, collects all the money and goes and putting into the bank and withdrawing money, investing the money, picking up loans for the employer. These are the works he does. He can find job in every sector. This is a creamy job, personal banker diploma. So this, what I was discussing, is related to associate program so far. I move to the types of academic programs available here. Uh, uh, Academic programs, as in India, we know academic program is up to the 12th standard. Then we come to a graduation, post-graduation, doctoral. These are the 4 stages. Here also it's same. But I tell you, there is an associate program, what in India we call it a diploma. So it's for the 12th pass students I already discussed. Then you have a bachelor's degree program here after your high school diploma or after your 12th standard. That is, bachelor degree is for 4 years in the US. So after there are certain number of credits as well for each semester, and finally you get into a 4-year bachelor's degree, and then you go into a master's degree, which is a full-time study. You cannot take a part-time study and say I have a master's degree. But of course, those people who are into employment, they take a part-time job, which is very beneficial for them, for their career growth within the organizations. So people prefer to go for that also, part-time job. Those who are already employed, but those who are not employed, the employer go for asking you, have you done your masters and how many accredits you have? Finally, the doctoral degree. Doctoral degree takes 4 to 6 years here for completion and can go up to 8 years. That's I think everywhere universally it's the same. And they don't have a BCom course here in US. I tried to locate, if you have a Bachelor of Commerce, if you say I have completed my commerce, so they say, what is that? So you have to say, I have done my management studies. So they understand, oh, you are a management graduate. So that's the difference. They don't recognize commerce. And moreover, those students who come here with a BCom degree, they have to specify, like, if you have completed your auditing, BCom with auditing, BCom with tax. Right now I think in BSS we have changed the nomenclature of all the degrees for a couple of years. That's very good. That's very beneficial for the US markets. If they come down, it can facilitate them for further studies as well and find a job in the US market. For those who like to go into the bachelor's program for business management, there are 5 major common business management courses which I would like to highlight you. First is the accounting for business managers. These are the specific bachelor's degree programs here. Accounting for business managers, business law and ethical behavior. Every organization requires a law advisor. So you should be a graduate at least. If you have a professional degree of law, that's excellent. You can even usually people with a professional degree, they don't go for working with a company. They set up their own organization as advisors, and it's a very flourishing business. Lawyers. So if you have a business law and ethical behavior diploma, somebody has highlighted something. I couldn't read it out. BCA. Oh,
yeah.
I'll talk about BC also. Computers are excellent. If you have a software degree here from anywhere, computer software, you can fetch a job very fast. You can the initial climbing will be very high. Then later on, you have so many programs here. You can go into part-time job, part-time studies. Many universities as well as colleges conduct part-time courses here, evening classes. According to your flexibility, you can join any program and you can develop your career. Like in our country, we have. I'm talking about India. In India, we have a specific timing. You have, if you want to study, you have to go to the school or at the time laid down by the institution. But here, it's not like that. They will ask you what's your comfortable time. If they have one student also, they go for teaching them, or they conduct a online class for the conveniency of the student at their home and go for doing the work. That is here. So many people go for this kind of, online courses who are working, and according to their time, they take up the classes and get the degree. The flexibility is very high. Uh, then the third one is financial decision making and risk management. This is also a very excellent course. It leads to employment in insurance companies, as well as a business. It's an associated uh, program for what do you call that? And a business analyst. You can become a business analyst with this course. It's an excellent course for the management students. Then dynamic team development, though it's a professional course, they offer a bachelor's degree program. With that itself is sufficient. You can become a manager. Then organizational behavior analysis. This is also a professional course. Then for the commerce students in US, with the graduation, if you come down and go for evaluating your degree, maybe you can get a job, or else you have to get an associate degree to get into this job. But if you have a good communication skills, communication skills means uh, the communication is the hopeless. I tell you, American accent is the hopeless in the world. I'm not. I shouldn't say that way. It should be. They don't use grammar in conversation, whereas the British accent is one of the best. I think Chawla madam has also gone for insisting this thing when I was in the seminar, and that's very true. My sister is in England, so she used to talk to me. She used to tell me, "Hey, Bhaiya, what is this? Yeah, you have lost even talking. How you don't have a sense of English grammar." Well, fine. What can I do? You become a part of the culture when you come down. Even I sometimes wonder um, uh, how to form the sentence rightly right now, because they eat up or maximum words here. Like when you meet someone, they ask, "Hi doing." Now, what is this "hi doing"? So how are you doing means it makes a sense. Everything is a short form. Hi doing. Are you gonna? Now, are you gonna means are you going there? So these type of talks. Uh, Let me come back. I'm deviating from my topic. So um, um, uh, the you should have a good communication where people understand you when you talk. With Indian accent, we have a big problem is these guys don't understand the Indian accent, so you have to learn it, the American accent. So with your degree, you can find a job market here as a marketing manager. I need not to specify who is a marketing manager. A marketing manager identifies the potential risks, potential markets, develop strategies to maximize the profits. Then you can find job as sales managers. Sales managers are for setting the strategy behind the sales initiatives and goals. That is, they push the product into the market. You all guys all know about who is a sales manager. Then business analyst, you can become a business analyst, but your analytical skills and research techniques should be very comfortable with you to get a job into as a business analyst. Then financial analyst is also a graduate course. You can find it very easily here. They conduct qualitative analysis concerning a company's finances and investments. Then account manager, this is not accounting manager, this is account manager. There is a difference between accounting manager and account manager. Account managers they act as the organization's personal representative to a client. That is, in a nutshell, I say they give a specific product for a specific client. So you'll be given a list of clients who will be purchasing or who would be purchasing that specific product only. For example, stationery, dealing in stationery. So how many clients buy your stationery items? So you have to convince and push the product to the clients, to achieve your target. That is the main objective of an account manager. It's purely related to sales. And Some industries providing management careers in the US, I can highlight is like the healthcare facilities. The healthcare industries provide management jobs. Wholesalers, wholesalers means they go for stocking goods with them, so you have to manage the entire wholesales shop means when I say use the word shop, it sounds something how we can work in a shop. I'm sorry here. Uh, the size of the shop is something you can't even imagine. You know, it will be a huge kind of shop where several kilometers you have it set up, and everything will be within that shop. So it will be the management fellow who will be managing this entire wholesale. Then banks provide management jobs, business service companies. There are so many business service companies who take up, you know, uh, those works which cannot be done by the organizations. Many things like finding a client to sell. That is a business service to the companies. So these agencies provide clients to the companies. So in India, I was in a corporate sector, so the management used to identify them. So they used to push the salesperson into the market and go for finding the buyers. So it takes additional time to find the buyers. He has to kill his selling time and find the buyers. So whereas if you have a particular set of dealers, you can go and sell it directly to the dealers. But identifying a dealer is again a time-consuming job. So these agencies, this is an example I'm giving you. These agencies go for identifying the dealers for the organization and push. It makes it easy for the organizations. Then government agencies, who is a government agency? Insurance companies provide management jobs. Retail business and schools also provide management jobs. There are, in a nutshell, you can say management job consists of people who administer the governance of the school, assisting the principal, office works, office managers. These are all related to the management works. Then students can find excellent management career in the field such as BCom students can apply for these management jobs. Yeah, surely. I'm talking about the BCom students, the graduates. But the condition is you should have American accent. So I would like to discuss some excellent management career here in US where the BCom students can find is administrative. So it's a long list. I'll read it out. Administrative services managers, advertising, promotions, and marketing managers, architectural and engineering managers. Okay, I will come to that. Architectural and engineering managers, compensation and benefits manager. We call it personal manager. Compensation and benefits manager are known as personal managers. Computer and information systems manager. Somebody asked me what is the scope of computer. If you know basics of computer, even you can find a job very easily because computers and technology are in high demand here, and everything is computerized. Even the organization where I'm working, I was really shocked when I initially joined my organization where right now I am here. So I was seeking for my benefits. What would be in such a situation or in an emergency situation? How do I react? Whom should I contact? So they said everything is on the intranet of the organization. Just open it and find it. I was really shocked. You need not to talk to anyone. Whatever you want, simply open it and see. You have the answer. They advise you on the intranet itself whom to contact, what you have to do, how to mail, and the specific name is also given there. BA honors with English literature. Okay, what are the scope for BA honors with English literature? English itself is a wonderful subject. As I told you, people don't use grammar here, but universities and colleges go for hiring professionals with English literature. And I have not seen so far any English literature or a MA English literature teacher here in US. But definitely you can find a job in schools. It's in high demand. English teacher and maths teacher. Mathematics. If you know mathematics, you will fetch a job immediately. Because I have seen here, this is my personal observation, what I have seen, those people who have done their graduation even, they are not even versatile to join, to calculate. And if you tell them 5 plus 8, they will add it on their fingers. So this is the condition of mathematics here. And if you tell them 8 eights are 8 into 8, how much? They'll take out their mobile and keep on adding. Whereas you have the table by heart, and so it's very easy for you for not finding a job here. So mathematics means you are done very fast. Then computer and information systems manager, you can find a job. Engineering managers has nothing to do with the engineering course. Engineering managers are those management graduates or who assist the engineering products for pushing up, or it's related to sales. So they are given as a designation engineering managers. Then farm ranchers are those people who manage huge farms. When I say a huge farm means, we don't have here, I have not seen small farms. I have seen farms which nurture, like if I talk about bulls, so there may be about 5,000 bulls in a farm. And you can imagine it will be a huge kind of farm where every activity related to the bulling has to be done. The feeding, washing, cleaning, and taking care of its non contracting diseases. And they go for selling it. It means it's for purely for meat. What they do it here, they cut and sell it out. So they find markets for selling of these bulls, or we can say goat, or whatever it may be. So these ranchers are fully responsible for the management of these farmhouses. Then financial managers, uh, you can find job in as a financial manager. Food service managers usually found in hotels. They are related to either for sales, or they would be for the accounting purpose. Human resource managers, who is a human resource manager. Industrial production managers, are responsible for achieving their targets. They have nothing to do with the production. So production managers are different. They assist the production manager in maintenance of all those documents related to the targets, as well as whatever internal it may be. Then loading managers means, I have seen here huge vehicles, like about 20 wheel trucks. And a person would be responsible for loading all the items to be delivered into the van in a systematic way. And they have only one person who drives the vehicle, and he has the list of material where it has to be delivered. So he simply takes the truck, stops at the destination, gets down, and put the item immediately and runs away. So this is how they go for managing. It's very systematic. So he is responsible for managing the loading items into the vehicles. So loading means not only one vehicle. They may be having a fleet of vehicles. Then management analysts, medical and health services managers, natural science managers, uh, then post-secondary education administrators. They guide students after 12th, after the 10th standard, what subject you have to choose. It's a profession, so they have to be paid for consulting their fees. So this is also in high demand here. Preschool and child care directors, so it doesn't require a high qualification. If you're a graduate, you can take up this program. Property, real estate, and community association managers. So property, real estate, you have to get into a program for 6 months. You have to study, and finally you can take up this program. Public relations manager, sales managers, social and community service managers, and executives. Some some of the cream jobs. So again, for graduates here, I stress it's not a STEM career profession. It's number one is statisticians, program. If you have a graduation with a specific diploma in statistics, that's a creamy job, and you find a job very fast in US with a highly paid job. It's a highly paid job. Second is CPA, Chartered Professional Analyst, Chartered Professional Accountant. In India, we call it what is that? CA, Chartered Accountant. So getting into a CA degree is really very tough in India. Whereas here, if you are a simple graduate, you can join the program as a part-time in any university or schools, and they have 3 months orientation program, and you can immediately take up the CPA examination, and you can clear it in 2 years and become a chartered practicing accountant. You can either set up your own institution, or you can find a job very fast. They are in high demand here, and most of the people who come here as with a BCom degree or a management degree, they try to get this degree. And I have seen many people here practicing as a CPA. Then software developer, this is the answer for those. Somebody has asked what is the prospect for BCA. Fine, if you have any kind of software skill, you can find a market very fast. Then physician assistant is a person who assists the doctor. When you walk into a clinic, you find people sitting, somebody sitting there entering your name on the register and scheduling an appointment. So here you should be able to schedule appointments on computer. That is management of appointments on a software what the doctor may be having in his clinic, and you should be able to talk to the clients. Then dentist course is also you can choose up the dentist course. It's for 2 years, and you can manage it if you can. Then cartographer is a person who makes maps. He draws out map, cuts out map, and prints out map. So this is a profession here. They are also highly paid. Now I think the time is getting up, so I would like to discuss the last one: how to take admission in for these courses. Let me tell you, there are several ways of getting admissions, but the major CMT or hospitality. What is a CMT? Hello? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Fine.
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir. Please.
No, somebody has put up CMT. I don't understand what is the CMT. Okay, let's come down here.
Samriddhi.
So, well, there are 2 exams which has to be taken up, either the GRE and the TOEFL. If you are related to would like to go for an MBA program, you have to go for a GMAT program, and the score should be excellent. If you take admission, then usually when you come down here, the first thing you have to do is a degree evaluation, or you call it a transcript. You have to evaluate your degree. Then there are agencies here who go for evaluating your degree and let you know what is your score in getting the admission. Then choosing the college, mainly for deciding the fee structure, people go for choosing the college. That is the main concern. Then choosing the course. Let me tell you for MBA courses, like for example, you have global program for MBA. That's a full-time program. Global program is a full-time 2 years course for completion. It's a regular, you can say. Then online MBA program you have. This is ideal for frequent travelers with 12 years of experience. At least you should have a 12-year experience to join for this program. It can be part-time program. When you take admission, it can be a part-time program online. Fine. It's for 20 months to 6 years for completion. Online MBA program, 20 months to 6 years of completion. Then part-time MBA course, ideal for work-life balance in center city. You can say part-time 2 to 6 years for completion. The same thing, part-time as well as online. Then you have executive MBA program. Executive MBA program is available for senior level leaders with 15 years of experience. At the top management level, if you are enrolled, you can go for an executive program. It has got 1 weekend program per month with you can complete in 16 months. The final is the tuition amount. That's the most concerning here. What I have researched out from the a few links here, I found that you
Excuse me,
should
sir.
be able.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. Actually, the link was created for 1 hour only, so we are
Okay.
quite near to the time. So, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Okay. I conclude here. So it's about 45 to 48,000 for 2 years program for, like, if you talk about MBA. So this is all. If you have any questions, you can come down, please.
James, sir.
Yeah.
Ranjit this side. How are you,
Yeah.
sir?
Hi, ma'am.
I just wanted to
Fine.
ask
Thank you.
about BA students. Yeah, they are asking questions. Do they have career in that, from BA? If they do their graduation, do they have career there?
BA, they should have some additional skills. Like, what skill they have? If they complete a plain BA, what skill they can have to assist the employer?
Okay. That
So
means they
skill
have
is the main
to
force.
do some course over there.
Yeah, that's right. Some technical kind of work or some analytical kind of work which can assist, the employer. They should be useful to the employer. That's all.
That's true. Okay.
Anything else? No questions? So that's it. If they don't have any questions, ma'am.
Sir, there was one question. Samriddhi has asked, she was asking whether the chartered market technician is better or hospitality management is better. Which work is more better?
Hospitality is more attractive, as well as you find easily job.
Okay.
Mm.
Sir, in the chat box, we don't find any questions. So I think now Durdana ma'am will propose a vote of thanks. Durdana ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Just a minute. Very good evening to all. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please do. Please go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm the main target here.
Just a minute, sir. A very warm and graceful evening to all. It is my privilege to propose a vote of thanks. On behalf of Alumni Committee, the Bhopal School of Social Sciences, I extend my most sincere thanks to Almighty God. With His blessing and grace, we are able to make this event what it meant to be, a truly enlightening experience. My sincere gratitude to James, sir, for sharing his valuable knowledge. And I'm sure, sir, students are enlightened with this knowledge and they have carved a path of how they are going to achieve their dream with your knowledge. I extend hearty thanks to our father principal for providing this opportunity. A special mention to our respected vice principal, Sister Sonia Korean, for her constant support. I'm immensely thankful to Dr. Swapna Pillai for her persistent encouragement and guidance to conduct this event. I would also like to thank all the alumni committee members, starting from Judy ma'am for preparing flyer and the attached message, Prabha ma'am for the feedback link and the online certificate, Dr. Laila ma'am for her inaugural address, Ranjit Kaur ma'am for report writing for both MIS and press, and Robin sir, our technical support and the photos for the event. I would also like to extend thanks to all the participants for their enormous cooperation. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. And it's my pleasure to talk to you guys and listening to your voice. I was longing to listen to many of the voices which the Almighty God has provided me an opportunity to talk, listen to your voice. I'm really grateful to the God for this. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Hello.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Keep in
Thank
touch.
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Thank you,
sure.
sir. And stay
I can't
safe,
touch.
sir.
You can.
Thank you,
James,
sir.
how's the cooking going on there?
With mom, his
What
mother
is that?
cooks. His mother
Cooking,
cooks.
sir. कितने dishes आप बनाते थे? क्या हो रहा है
मैडम
वहाँ पे?
यहाँ
mother
कुछ
is there.
बनाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है। यहाँ पे सब रेडीमेड फूड मिलता है। आपने पंजाबी खाना खाना है, मद्रासी खाना खाना है, साउथ इंडियन खाना, नॉर्थ इंडियन, सब की दुकानें बनी हुई है, आप जाइए वहाँ और आप पैक करा के लाइए पूरा वीक का, जो चाहिए पूरा का पूरा थोक मिला के, बड़ा रेफ्रिजरेटर है उसमें घुसेड़ दो, और जो खाने का इच्छा है उसको निकाल के गर्म करके खा लो बस।
रंजीत मैम, इनकी मम्मी बनाती है इजीली, इज फूलिंग। He's
No, no,
not a
my mom
foodie.
cooks. That's right.
Yeah.
मैं झूठ का बोल रहा हूँ, मैं तो सही
He's not a, yeah, he's not a foodie as such. बाहर का खाना ज्यादा नहीं, I think prefers eating घर का खाना.
Yeah, he's a
यहाँ आने
fitness
के बाद,
freak.
He
यहाँ
himself
आने
is
के
a
बाद सब बदल
wonderful
जाता
cook.
है।
अच्छा, टाइम
I
Same
did
here.
talk to रंजीत मैम before I came. मैं सोच रहा था रंजीत मैम से कैसे बात करूं, because you were having that ना, वो कुछ हो गया था आपको बीमारी।
अरे चिकन पॉक्स अभी ठीक है बिल्कुल।
आप तो दिख नहीं रहे हो कहीं।
अरे
वो
मेरा
अभी-
कैमरा
हाँ?
कैमरा ऑफ है इसलिए नहीं दिख रही है, देखो ऑन कर लिया। अंधेरा है मेरे कमरे में भी।
अरे बाप रे, अभी भी अंधेरे में रहते हो?
हाँ, बहुत अंधेरे में।